Sara in Kingston. Sara, good evening.
Hello, thanks
Hi.
for taking my call. It's just I'm going to try and keep it as short and brief as possible. So I'm about 8 months pregnant now. Just before I found out I was pregnant, a couple of days after I found out I was pregnant, I had a meeting with HR at work due to some absences at work with mental health and just general unwellness. They told me I'm not entitled to take any time off of work for 6 months. So I was on a PIP. Any time I took off would be unpaid, and it could be straight a dismissal.
How long have you been working for this company, Sara?
Over a year and a half. So
Okay.
It's private healthcare.
Yep.
And then for every sickness that I had medical evidence of why I was off work and when I'd be returning, and occupational health was involved as well. And then throughout my pregnancy, they've not allowed any adjustments. So there were certain things that I requested, just like little things like back support, footrest. I have sciatica as well, and they weren't very willing to do these things. So I waited about 4 months just to have those little things. Any sick time that I have had, I've only had about a day and a half off. They told me I wouldn't be paid for it.
Do you have a contractual right to be paid? Does your contract say you must be paid for it?
Yeah, so our contracts do state that we are entitled to sick pay.
How much sick pay?
So it renews every year.
How much sick
So
pay?
it's about 14 days.
And have you used up that entitlement yet in this year?
No,
So
I've
they're
used a day and a half.
So they're refusing to pay you in respect of days you've taken sick when you're still entitled to full pay?
Yes.
Okay.
So I spoke to my GP about it as well, just to see, is this right? And they've said that, with the 1.5 days that I had off, my work asked for a medical note from the doctor, and the doctor said, we don't provide that unless you've had 7 consecutive days
the
off.
doctor's right. You're not obliged to provide a medical note. You can self-certify for up to 7 days. This is a private medical company, did you say?
Yeah.
They should know better than this.
It's very shocking. So throughout my pregnancy, they've been really unreasonable with any request that I've made.
I'm so sorry to hear this, Sarah.
Thank you.
By the way, I'm sorry, is it Sarah or Sara? It's been spelled 2 different ways on my
Sara.
screen. Sara. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So my question is, what can I do? Like, am I in a position where I could sue them for just being terrible employers?
Well, it does sound like they're terrible employers. Let me tell you what the law is, and I'm going to give you a little bit of good news, but not as much as you're hoping for, Sara. First of all, the big thing, congratulations.
Thank you.
In terms of the sick pay for the absences you've already had, if you're entitled to, I think you said 14 days sick, and you've only taken 1.5 in this year, they have absolutely no grounds for denying you sick pay. If they think you're defrauding them, if they think you're faking, they should be going down a gross misconduct route. They're clearly not doing that because they have no evidence of it, because you are unwell. And they have no grounds whatsoever to refuse to pay you. If you bring a claim for unpaid wages in the employment tribunal, you will win it. It's that simple.
Yeah. The other thing was, occupational health were involved with all of this going on. And so I wasn't aware of this at the time. My company said that they only pay for 2 of those appointments for occupational health. But occupational health asked me to come back for a follow-up. And I went back with my meeting in HR. They said that wasn't covered by the company. So they then told me that if I see occupational health one more time, I would have to obviously cover the bill of £600.
Well, that's fair enough. If the company's not paying.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. It was a point of they'd never advised me of this before.
Well, I think that's a red herring, Sara. Let's not get focused on that, because I think we both agree they're entitled to say we're not sending you to occupational health again. So if you want to go on off your own bat, you have to pay for it. I think that's fair enough. Let's focus on what you phoned about.
That's not the problem. So that's not the problem. The problem is that they actually manipulated every report that came back from occupational health and generalised everything that came back and said, we've seen this all come back from them before. So they haven't actually taken into account my personal sicknesses, that I've also provided them with medical evidence from my GP.
Sara, what I'd like you to do, and I'm just asking you for this because of time, you've told me a lot of problems and you've listed the points you've raised that I haven't yet had the chance to answer, apart from your sick pay, are whether they have to make adjustments for you because of your pregnancy, and what you can do about them ignoring sick notes. Tell me in one sentence what it is you'd like me to help you with.
What can I do, really? Am I entitled to anything?
Okay, so the issue with them not making adjustments for you and taking 4 months to give you a footrest, when somebody is pregnant, the employer has to do a risk assessment to see if the job they do is dangerous. I'm assuming you do an admin job?
Yes.
Yeah. An admin job isn't dangerous. They don't have to make adjustments for you. If there was something that was dangerous, say using chemicals that might be dangerous for a pregnant woman, they'd have to either find you another job or suspend you on full pay. But there's nothing dangerous about an admin job. And providing a footrest is not an issue that goes to danger, and they don't have a legal obligation to do it. They might have a moral one, but they don't have a legal one to do it. So you don't have a claim because they took 4 months to provide you with a footrest, I'm afraid, Sara, as unfair as that might seem. In terms of them not following the occupational health advice, tell me exactly what it is that occupational health said they should do that they failed to do.
So occupational health advised that I should have set days to work and set hours just for a period of time. And I did that for about a couple of weeks, but it was advised to be extended. And work basically said you either come back full time, otherwise we're going to dismiss you. So I was kind of in a position where I didn't really have much choice.
Right. So because you've worked for less than 2 years, you don't have any unfair dismissal rights. And they know that, which is why they're treating you badly, I suspect, or because they're just complete and utter nasty employers. Or incompetent employers. So you don't have unfair dismissal rights. If you could establish a link between them treating you badly because you're pregnant, between them treating you badly and the fact of your pregnancy, you would have a claim of sex discrimination or pregnancy discrimination. The practical difficulty, Sara, is that all this was going on before you told them you were pregnant. You were already on a personal improvement plan. You were already being told you're going to be dismissed for poor attendance. So it might not be easy to link this to your pregnancy because it was happening before you were pregnant.
So wouldn't that have been kind of adjusted when I became pregnant?
No.
Just because obviously...
No, there's a duty to make adjustments for disabled people, but not for pregnant people. The only specific right you have is time off for antenatal appointments and to be moved to a different job if your job is dangerous for you.
Okay.
Okay? I'm sorry about that, Sara.
Thank you. No.
But you must be on maternity leave by now.
Just one more day.
One more day.
I'm on maternity.
Surely not Easter Sunday.
No. Tuesday is the last day.
All right, good luck.